Good evening, race fans. I'm Bart here with Black Flag Racing TV. How's about that then? So we are here for Black Flag Rivals. It is the phenomenal WRX Group 3 against the equally phenomenal Lancer Evolution GR3. Evo versus Subaru. And it's done in two ways, this competition. We've obviously got a little bit of an individual race going on, but it is mostly about the teams. And these are your two teams. For Team Mitsubishi, it is Kevin Fubar, Stonecutter, Ishmael Truth, who we haven't heard from and may be getting moved aside for somebody new. Demos, Thanos and Canados. As Ishmael Truth has missed two, I'm going to message him, and if he doesn't come for race number 3, it's laters to Ishmael and in for somebody else. Avalon, GMAC, Panos, VR46, Aussie Rooster, Ghost and Sturpan are Team Subaru. The way it works is like this. You have your team races, of course. It is Mitsubishi versus Subaru. Now, the way it works is we have a team competition, which is purely just this team, as you can see them listed. We have an individual competition, which is obviously between all the different drivers. But we also have a manufacturers competition. So we have a number of drivers who come in as, for want of a better expression, as reserve drivers. And we'll go through who those reserve drivers are in a little while. And they will basically cover any cars that aren't being driven, and they will give points to the manufacturer's competition. And Kevin's reminding people to be clean and fair, of course, respect each other and have lots of cuddles. And I've noticed the little disparity in my cover there, look at that. Let me fix that. That should be there, shouldn't it? Boom shanker. All fixed. Did I put up the thing? I didn't. I can find it. Let me see if I can find the current results, shall we? I don't know where they are, so I'll have a look and see if I can find them. I didn't put them in, but I will try and find them now. I'm sure I've got them sitting around somewhere. Right, so Drivers' Championship. Boom. There it is. That's where we stand with the drivers so far. Kevin, Stormfly, Sturpan, Demos, Panos, Star Group, Thanos, Avalon, Ghost, Aussie Rooster and Fubar. That's where we stand in terms of the Drivers' Championship. In terms of other championships, of course, look how I'm doing this like on the fly, like I'm some kind of badass. Team standings. That's where we stand team-wise. 164 points for Team Subaru, 121 for Team Mitsubishi. So Mitsubishi looking for a better performance today, just to try and eke out some extra results for themselves. And I apologise I didn't have this ready, I probably should have done, but I've been struggling today. No, what happens, TJ, with, so the reserves don't drive for somebody they're substituting in for, it doesn't work like that. If you're not in it, you don't get points, simple as. Reserves get their own points for driving their own car. or for driving a car. It doesn't. So essentially, it's 3 different competitions. The car you drive is irrelevant, really, in terms of the individual performance. So if a reserve drives, a reserve gets those points. The points they get don't go to the team; they go to the manufacturer. So we've got the team event. So those drivers there are the team drivers. Those that are listed, and people can see them on the screen now. They are the drivers' teams. They're the people that are signed up to race this full time. Although anyone that hasn't raced full time and has to get pulled out of it will be replaced by somebody who can. So when they race, the points go directly to the team and to themselves. When they don't race, the team don't get those points, but the manufacturer does, because the manufacturer's competition is separate from that. And I don't know if I've got the manufacturer's standings saved to bring up for you. I do. There we go. Constructor standings. So that's where your points will go as got to make it smaller so you can see it. As a reserve driver. That's where your points go. Your points go to yourself individually, and they go there to the constructor. So at the moment, the constructor's on 162 points for Mitsubishi and 150 for Subaru. And the reason that's different from the team is because, because the reason it's different is because if you're not a member of the team, your points don't count for the team. Simple as that. What for Saturday? Don't know yet. We'll come up with an idea of something to do on Saturday. I'm trying to get through today without punching someone in the head because I'm still full of cold and I'm stressed out. But there we go. Anyway, qualifying will begin shortly, and we'll get to see what's occurring qualifying-wise. So I think without further ado, if I can get that to work, that is. Let's get rid of that. I'm just trying to get myself well enough for the weekend because I've got loads of stuff going on. So here we go. Qualifying will begin. Excuse me, sorry about that. And it's just 5 minutes qualifying. Enough for a couple of laps. Simple as that. Right, where are we at? Oh, a little bit fully warm. Right, so Canados leads everybody out. I apologise for the snow today. I don't know what's going on with my lead today, but it's been quite laggy there. We have had a bit of a... What wasn't you today? I'm confused. You said it wasn't me today. What was me today? Well, if you mean it pissed me off, nobody pissed me off. I'm still ill. I had the dental work on Monday and I've been ill ever since. I've been right. Still, mate. I don't like feeling like shit. I like to be active and getting on with stuff. But I've been proper under the weather the last couple of days. But obviously you still have to get on with shit, because that's the way of the world, isn't it? Right, so let's have a look. We've got a big quick contingent out there today. Loving it for the HKRT boys, all getting involved with this. In terms of settings, we've got a big welcome to my friend Graham Willard G-Star 08. Known him for a while, very good football manager. And from what I've heard, he's a bit of a racer as well. But we'll see. I don't want to build him up too much in case I'm horribly wrong and he fucks it up. But it's what it is. We'll see how he gets on. I don't even know what rig he's driving, but we'll find out. Right, so Kevin is going to be the man to beat, obviously. We know that's the case. He is in Team Mitsubishi. There is Thanos. Thanos is in the... he's in Team Mitsubishi as well. He's in that Lancer. Midas is in the... I think he's also... No, he's WRX. Midas is WRX. Canados is in Team Mitsubishi. GMAC. Luckily, he doesn't have to worry too much about fluid tires today. He's in the WRX. Stormfly in the WRX. Yes, he is WRX. Demos is Team Lancer. Avalon in the WRX. And then we've got Willard, who is covering in the WRX. Sturpan, he's Team Lancer, really. Team Lancer. Could bring up the teams, could I, to remind myself. Smaller, so it's there for my purpose and nobody else's. There's a reminder of the teams, yeah. So Sturpan is Subaru. Sturpan. Fubar is a permanent driver for Team Mitsubishi. Panos is a permanent driver for. Actually, I think Panos, yeah, he's in Subaru. Of course, he is. Grizz Troopers is covering in that WRX today, and Bandit is covering in the Lancer, I think. But there we go. That's the full one. I'm a little bit concerned with some of the lag I'm seeing so far. Hopefully, it should disappear. Right, so full rundown so far. Fastest man out there, 1:42.2 from Kevin 77. That's the hot lap we've been waiting for. Yeah, the only annoying thing is coming from F1 controls is I forget they're different here, and I try and move things a bit the wrong way around. There's Midas. He comes in very close with 43.4. I say very close. It's 1.2 seconds close. 43.4 for Midas. Thanos with a 43.5. Just one, just three tenths behind. GMAC running in 4:43.8 for him. Stormfly just a couple of thousandths slower than GMAC at the moment, but he's going to about 43.9 there. Demos with a 44.0. Panos with a 44.2. Sturpan with a 44.4. Bandit coming in with a 44.6. Avalon at 44.7, all really, really close. But that's the one good thing about having very similar cars, is it does really close up. Fubar with a 45.3, Canada's with a 45.6, Willard with a 45.7, just, to be fair, relatively new to GT7, so still learning the physics, learning the cars, learning the tracks. Going to take a bit of time. Grizz Troopers, though, is back in 46.3 for him. And I do love some of these liveries. I've got to say, I love the liveries. Somebody's done by Kevin. I think that's the final one for Kevin. So that is qualifying done. He finishes with. It is laggy as shit, to be fair, James. I don't know what's going on with it today. It's really, really laggy. I think it's partly me as well. I'm having huge computer issues today, but to be fair, I've been well enough to sort them out. I knew it was quite bad today. This morning, but I didn't really have time to. I did do a few bits, but I didn't have time to sort it out. But hopefully, it will right itself. But the lobby itself isn't great either, to be fair, which is something I'm going to have to look at over the next couple of days in terms of who hosts and who doesn't, what or not. But you know, it is what it is. Right, GMAC, there he is running in second. Good performance from him for Team Scooby. Gets him a second on the grid. There's 43.3 for him. Canados gets himself in third. We could do the rest of the rundown. I was too busy talking to James to pay too much attention. So Kevin from GMAC, from Canados, from Midas, Stormfly, Demos, Sturpan, Fubar, Panos, Bandit, Avalon, Willard, and Grizz Troopers is your top 14, and your only 14 runners, of course. And we will be going straight into the race here. I think we've pretty much gone over how things work here with the Rivals competition. You are either driving a WRX or you are driving a Lancer Evo. Unlike me, who's selected the GR Supra racing car, it's lucky I'm not trying to go to track because, yeah, it wouldn't work. So 1 minute till we start. You can score points for your team. You can score points for yourself. And if you're not in a team, you can score points for the constructors as well. So I think actually the people who are going to decide the Constructors' Championship aren't going to be the regular team drivers. It's going to be those that come in as reserves. Now the way it works as a reserve is as you come in as a reserve, you will pick up the car that is least represented that day. So if we only have 5 Scoobies and we have 6 Lancers, for instance, you'll drive the Scooby and then the Lancer and If it is time to do the same amount of both cars on the track, then the reserves will start picking up those that are further back in the order. So, like for instance today, initially we were in turn 1, absolutely right. When we went into today, We started with, we had more permanent Lancer drivers than we had Scooby drivers. So the first couple of reserves went into the Scoobies. Then because the Scoobies were winning the Constructors' Championship, it then switched that the next one coming in, who was Bandit, jumped into the Lancer. Simple? Of course it is. Just drop my lid on the floor, but I'm going to drink this Luke before I go to sleep anyway, to try and keep it live. I will periodically throughout this stream stop talking to go and blow my nose, or to cough, or something along those lines. Right, in we go. So here we go. We're gonna have to jump out of the let's go out and then back in again, and we are away. Are we? Yes, we are. We are away. Who is away the best? Well, Kevin always gets a decent start, but Canados into second. GMAC running in third place as we come into turn one. Everyone through safely? Yes, they are. Well, almost. Avalon dropping down. Didn't have a great start, but finds himself ahead of Panos. Where is Panos? Panos facing in the wrong direction. Was that coming together, or did he just spin it out? Avalon in 13th. Cruise Troopers up to 12th. Willard through in 11th place, and that's interesting to see first performance of the film guy. He's joined us after. I thought he was too fair. I don't understand why it's so utterly laggy today, and I do apologise for how laggy it is. That's both server and the problem is at both ends, to be fair today, and I can't really explain it. But there we go. So let's go up to the front. There is Kevin running in the lead of this race. Canados running 7/10 back already. It's already dropping some time there. GMAC crawling all over the back of it. So GMAC trying to find a way through up into second. He's got Thanos just behind him as well. With Demos running in fifth place, all very, very close as we come to the end of lap one here at Watkins Glen. And we're going to do it on board with, let's actually do the on board with GMAC, because he's in a bit of a fight at the moment. So this is the final little section we come through at Watkins Glen. Look at that. He's trying to find a way through, just can't find a way through at the moment. So they're side by side, does get a better exit. And this is how you start a lap at Watkins Glen. First you get yourself up to second place, then you start chasing the guy in first, and you come into turn one, you get changed down into third gear, get that car turned, then back on that power, and that's a much better exit. Kevin didn't get a very good exit out of there at all, and that puts GMAC way up into the lead of this race, and off he goes, and a great little move, and it's literally flat out all the way up this hill until you get to, why are we restarting? There is absolutely no need for a restart on there, there is loads of people have gone. I don't understand why we've got a restart. I don't know why we've got a restart, because I didn't see any big coming together in turn one when we lost 2 or 3 people. I don't see the reason for the restart there either. If it's because one person got taken out on turn one, tough fucking shit, man. We're not stopping the race for one person coming out. I'm getting sick of this, to be honest. I don't get it. I don't get it. I just don't understand what's occurring here. Very odd. So unfortunately we're restarting for whatever reason. I don't know, James, I don't know what the reason is. If Stormflood doesn't know and he's in the race, how the hell is anyone? Well, he's not in the race, is he? Yeah, someone needs to explain that restart to me, because I don't get it. So someone in the race doesn't even know why, I don't get it. The only thing I saw is at the beginning we had a couple of people that were slow into turn one. We didn't have a mass pile up or anything, so no reason to restart, but who knows. So it's going to be, the grid's going to be set from, set by host, I suppose. Who knows? Can you find out in chat what's going on? Because it doesn't make any sense to me. Yeah. Well, there was a couple of bits went on at turn one, but the rule is, look, the thing is, if you had 9 cars piled up in turn one, I could kind of get it. But that's not what happened. a couple of cars kind of coming together in turn one. That's a racing incident that can be dealt with through stewarding. You're absolutely right. That's not a restart scenario. Okay, I'm going to say it so it's out there for everybody to hear me say it. I've had to make changes to the rules in the last few days, and I'm starting to turn into Justin, and I don't want it to get like that, where I have to keep tweaking the rules because people can't be fucking adult. But it's getting to the stage where it's ridiculous. It's absolutely fucking ridiculous. People are just unable to be adult about things and do things. And that's how we started Black Flag. Look, people are not stupid. People are grown up. They can fucking deal with it. But as time's gone on, we've had to put in more and more rules because people just can't be adult. People can't sort things out for themselves. So these rules are in place. We're going to have to put in more rules now so that when you have a coming together in turn one, we deal with it as a steward, not fucking restart the race just because a few people are unhappy with their position. It's tough fucking shit. It's fucking racing. I don't know. I'm starting to get really, really annoyed with this. And I'm going to be brutally honest, right? I do a lot of streams for other people, and I don't see any of this bullshit with anybody else. And that's as much as I'm going to say on the mouth. So it can be done. It just needs people to be less prissy. Right, let's just get on with it because I'm not feeling very well and I'm going to end up saying something I'll regret in a minute. Right, I'm back. I'm going to try and keep my thoughts to myself for the next hour. But I'm going to be brutally honest, in the last couple of days I've been on the verge of grabbing someone by the face and just screaming fuck off right into their mouth. Not anyone in particular, just anybody, just to get it out. So here we go, let's have a look and see where we're at. Well, we're ready to start, we have to jump out because this fucking thing is stupid. Jump back in and away we go, there we go. And we are away, Kevin away this time. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do, I'm going to go right to the back of the pack for turn one and see what all the fuss is about. So here we go. Okay, nothing happened there, no reason to restart the race. Right, we're on. Turn one incident, done. They can't restart the race, they have to suck it up now. Everything's a racing incident. I'll tell you what, my last thing to say on it, if a racing incident gets submitted for that before the restart, if anyone submits a racing incident before that restart, I'm genuinely going to tell them to fuck off publicly. And spend half an hour ruining them over YouTube. So there we go. So Fubar, Willard makes a mistake. He's briefly up into 13th, briefly up to 14th. The same. So Avalon off the track, back into 14th place. That's a Kevin in the lead. GMAC in second place, where he should be. Canados. Strangely, I don't know how he ended up where he is, but he's now in third place. He was way back. Surely the restart should have been, I suppose, he was up there from the grid, so not too bad. Stormfly up to fourth place. Demos in fifth. Briefly, until Demos makes the move on Stormfly, up into fourth place. There is Stormfly running in fifth place, and it is laggy as dog shit. Midas is running in sixth place with Thanos running in seventh, Panos in eighth, Sturpan in ninth place. Bandit is 2/10 back in 10th. Well, not anymore because Fubar makes the move in the Hot Wheels up into 10th place. Good move there from Fubar. Come on, Fubar. Top three is begging for you to take it. Grizz Troopers in 12th. There is Willard in 13th place. Welcome to the team, my friend. Welcome to the team. And hopefully this lack of professionalism doesn't put you off. continuing with us. Joins us from F1 and Project, I think it's Project Cars or Race thingy. One of the two. Can't remember what it's called. Race, I think it's Race Room. It's a Race Room or Project Cars. We did tell them. And Avalon back in 14th place, and he is in the WRX. And I know, it's Avalon driving a car that's not a Porsche. Do not adjust your sets. Do not rub your eyes. You are seeing Avalon driving something other than a Porsche. There we go. G-Mac takes the lead of this race from Kevin. I wonder if we're going to get a restart. And, Kevin is up behind him. Was that a mistake from Kevin, or was that just G-Mac being brave? And I do apologise for this now. I can't control who lags and who doesn't. There is Kevin tucked in behind the car of G-Mac right now, trying to find a way through. And G-Mac done a really good job up to the lead of this race. But don't count Kevin out. We know how quick he can be and how much he can send that car in the right direction as he puts in a purple lap. Purple sector, shall I say? Purple sector for him. Let's. I think it's this view we're struggling with, likewise, aren't we? I think the rendering rate is just too much for someone else. There is Demos running in 3rd place, 1.4 seconds behind those two out front. 1.2 ahead of Stormfly. Unfortunately, I haven't got the little thing that shows you the wheels, which I normally have, but I didn't have time to set it up for obvious reasons. I'm going to leave it at this view, I think, for today, because it seems to be less lucky like this, because it's less detail. We're trying to process through some shitty servers. There is Stormfly running in 4th place, chasing down Demos. 1.6 seconds is the gap. Track limits not too bad there. I did actually, one thing I didn't do is I didn't check yesterday on the GR3 weather conditions. It should have been random, but it didn't look very random. This one isn't, however, this is Thanos, 3.6 seconds back. He is on the medium compound tyre. You've got to run the two compounds. You've got to run the soft and medium. And I'm assuming everyone out front is on the soft. That's why G-Mac is ahead of Kevin, because G-Mac is on the soft compound. Kevin's on the medium compound tyre. G-Mac just opening up 1.7 seconds. But once he goes into the mediums, he may struggle a touch. Demos now trying to close up on Kevin. He's on the soft as well, so may find him getting past on these soft tyres and having a very quick, angry Greek man chasing him down. But later on in the race, Stormfly started on the medium tyres as well. That would explain why Demos has passed him. I shouldn't have this first. But, you know, if you can stick with it at this stage, it's all good. G-Mac loses time there, drops down to 3rd place. Was that a mistake? I think it probably was, bearing in mind that Kevin and Demos got past him. So, mistake there from G-Mac. Let's have a look at the back of the pack, what's going on at the back. British Troopers down in 14th place, 2.4 seconds back in the Lancer. He's got Avalon Shadow up ahead of him. And look at that, we've got quite a group there of Avalon Shadow in 13th, Woolen in 12th, Fubar in 11th, chasing down Bandit in 10th, and Sturpan in 9th place, Midas in 8th. And it's all really close. Panos in 7th, Canados. He's probably the only one with any sort of distance between them. So I really want to see this view of these cars because it's absolutely awesome. Look at that. All still very close. Lap 4, and we've got a race on here. I want to go aboard with my friend Graham. Not seen him race yet. And do you reckon plenty of what? G-Mac does retake the lead of this race, and I've got to say, the quality of the server is beautiful. I'll be back in a second. I'm just going to do a quick something to check something. That would explain it. Yeah, penalty would explain why he dropped off as he did. He had plenty of extra time to serve. That's what he had. Right, I've looked at, just done a little check, and any issues we've got with the stream are 10% me and 90% the lobby, because my connection is at full pelt. There's no extra stuff on the connection. There's nothing else using my CPU. So any lag we get through is going to be from a poor server, and I don't know what the answer is on that. But GMAC is on the back in the lead. He was really quick. He had a penalty to serve. That has cost him some time, and he is now only half a second ahead. Had he not had to serve a penalty, it might have been very, very different. And someone joining the room, which is probably not going to help. To be fair, he's the GR3, so I can't really speak of that. Yeah, so here we go. So GMAC is ahead, but he's going to have to pit very, very soon. Remember, it's only a 20-minute race here. So the longer you can stay on the soft compound tyres, the better it will be for everybody. In terms of those backs, so Midas now at the back of the pack. Has he been in early for tyres, or is he just dropping right off the pace? He's only on lap 5, and he's already 4.1 seconds back, so clearly some sort of issue for him. GMAC with the fastest lap, of course, 1:44.0. Grizz Troopers with a penalty to serve. He is 3.9 seconds off the back of Willard G-Star, and running on the soft compound tyre, so he's going to be thinking about pitting soon. I'll tell you what, GMAC is absolutely ripping the shit out of his tyres, because even Grizz is looking after his tyres better. Come on, GMAC, we know you don't like pitting, but you like pitting, but you're not taking the piss. There is Willard. He is running in 12th. He's still sticking with that battle out front. He started on the soft compound tyre, sticking with Bandit and sticking with Avalon at the moment, trying to find a way through. And I'll tell you what, you've got to bear in mind that this guy is new to GT7. He got it at Christmas time, the offline stuff. But I know for a fact this guy actually has raced cars. There's a good overtake there. Gets him up into 11th place, makes the move on Bandit. Yeah, this guy races MGs. Or pre-COVID, he did race MGs. So he'll have very good racecraft. And as Bandit just trying to find a way back, just drops his car off the racing line and gives himself 2.3 seconds back now. So Avalon Shadow's the next target if he can get there. It is 1.6 seconds for Willard if he can make that gap up. Bear in mind that Avalon is on those medium compound tyres, so he will find himself further up the order as they get deeper into this race. Fastest lap for him is with a 45.8. That is 1.8 seconds off the pace out front for GMAC with his 1:44.0. Fubar running in 9th place, medium size of course for him, so I think what pit window really is what we're looking at. So GMAC is staying out. I mean, we're looking at state to that. I wouldn't normally do this, but I'm going to there because the state of these tyres are wonderful. Look at that. That is red, red, red. Apart from one tyre, he's in big trouble there because Kevin's going to make the move on him and stay out because Kevin's on the medium tyres. So I think GMAC stayed out one lap too late on those soft compound tyres. If he doesn't pit now, he is fucked and he's going to crash. And then he'll die. And then we'll all be sad for a little while, and then we'll just replace him with someone else called Gary. I'm only joking, we wouldn't replace him. Both GMAC and Demos go in. They are followed by Stormfly as well. So there we go, all three of those going in to get rid of the soft compound tyres. That just frees up Kevin. 7.7 seconds of the lead he is now. Just allows him to open up a little bit. Who else stays out? Willard going in on the soft compound tyres. You've got to switch to the medium compounds. Oh, he's gone back to the softs. Because he's new, he'll probably get away with not getting a penalty this time because he's new, not only to GC7, but he's new to Discord and he's new to Sim Pro, and he may have missed the things there. So I will put that on me for not telling him. To be fair, he's going to have to pit again. He's gone on the soft side. He's going to have to pit again anyways. I know he's on the medium size. I lied. No, he did read it. Ignore what I said. For some reason, it just showed him on the soft side. Right, so Kevin is in the lead. He's on the medium size. He's got a pit soon. Probably this lap or the next lap. Evening, Jason. How are you, my friend? Thanos running in second place. He's got a pit. Panos also got to pit. Canados also got to pit. Sturpan also got to pit. Avalon Shadow, guess what? Also got to pit. Bandit also got to pit. Grizz Troopers, look at him hanging out of that car on those soft tyres for 12 minutes and 7 laps. Get in there, Mr. Troopers. He's got a pit as well. And Midas, still on the medium tyres. Surely he's got a pit as well. So actually, it's only Demos, Stormfly, GMAC, Fubar, and Willard that have been in to the pits. And in, they all go from the front. Who else is going in? Avalon in. What about Bandit? Bandit going in? Bandit is going in. Grizz Troopers, he follows him in. Midas, in he goes as well. Yeah, I'll have a look in a minute. Demos will stay out. Demos in the lead of this race for how long? Where is Kevin? That's the man we want to look at. He's coming out of the pits now. Where's Demos? Not close enough is Demos. Kevin will take the lead of this race. Demos is 4.5 seconds back. So good pit stop for Kevin. Gives him a massive lead out front. I'll tell you what, GMAC, had you not had to serve that penalty, you might be in a better position now. You've been jumped. Yeah, you did. You've been jumped by Stormfly. Crazy jump by Stormfly. And that is a battering. To be fair, I think you put too much fuel on board, mate. Because I'm looking at what others have topped up with. Given how long you've got left, I think you spent a little bit too much time in the pits. I know you like to use fuel, but that's probably more than you needed at this stage of the race. So Gary, Thanos running in 5th place. We've got Panos running in 6th. Canados back in 7th. Fumar in 8th place. He's on the soft compound tyre, so we'll be able to put a bit of pressure on those. Well, maybe not because they're all on soft as well. I forgot about that. Yeah, a little bit concerned for those there. It really depends how much more pace they've got on these soft tyres than the mediums, because we've got Bandits on the soft, Midas on the soft, but we've got Willard and Grizz, or Willard's on the mediums back there. So is he going to be under some pressure from Grizz Troopers on the softs? Is he going to be able to put any sort of moves on Midas? Just goes to show that this game takes significant practice, whatever your driving level, or whatever driving level you are at. Because I happen to know for a fact that has been a racing driver of sorts in MGs. So, and he certainly knows his stuff, but this game will make things difficult for you. You have to learn your trade all over again, and it makes me feel better about being shit. So 5.8 seconds is the lead for Kevin. Demos with a penalty. That 5.9 seconds is going to change as Demos serves that penalty. That will give Stormfly a little bit of impetus to close up. 1.5 the gap now, but we'll see Demos come around here. He's going to certainly come through the chicane. He's got about 3 or 4 more turns before he's going to have to serve that penalty, and then it's all going to go wrong for him and right for Stormfly. Stormfly can see that penalty now. We'll be closing up that gap as best as possible just to kind of find a way through. And he's going to be forced to decelerate. And here we go. This is the view from Stormfly. He's going to round this right-hander. And this is where we'll see how quickly you get out is key. Because you don't want to drift too far out on that left-hand side. It can throw you. Laters TJ. And I think you've heard the races because you are signed in. He makes the move on Demos. Round the outside. 2 trailer park girls going around the outside. Round the outside. Round the outside. And I'm not suggesting that Stormfly is 2 trailer park girls. He may only be just the one. There we go. So Stormfly up into 2nd place. 8.3 seconds is the gap to Kevin. So some work significantly to do. So in terms of cars, let's see where we are. Let's make my life easier so I don't have to worry. So out in front is the Lancer Evo. 25 points for win here, of course. Then we've got the WRX in 2nd. Lancer Evo in 3rd. WRX in 4th. Lancer in 5th. Lancer in 6th. Sorry, what was 6th? WRX in 6th. Lancer in 7th. Lancer in 8th. WRX in 9th, WRX in 10th, Lancer in 11th, WRX in 12th, WRX in 13th, and a Lancer in 14th place. So at the front, they're kind of going together like a zip, and then it kind of spreads out a little bit. So Lancer getting the upper hand this time. It was Scooby after round number 1. Lancer looking to gain that edge in round number 2. And I think this is actually going to go to the wire. I don't think we're going to know. Laters have a good shift, my friend. Good shift. I don't think we're going to know which car is going to win this until the very end, because if they are so close in terms of performance, unless of course you're Kevin, then they're just not close in performance, because Kevin is a freaking demon. I don't reckon he's going to job. I reckon that Kevin is independently wealthy and spends all day driving cars on GT7 on another account, so we can't see him practicing. I'm only joking. It could be. Who knows? As he does put in a fast lap on Open 1 at 42.6 was lap 9, 142.7 lap 10, so clearly still some pace in there. But Stormfly ahead of Demos now. He's got 10.1 seconds to make up, and he's got any hope of winning this race. And remember, race number 2 is a reverse grid, so we start from last to first. So that would be British Troopers and Willard on the front row. Assuming, of course, it stays as it is. Midas and Bandit will be row 2. Avalon Sturpan will be row number 3. We've got literally 1 lap remaining after this. Canados and Fubar will be row number 4. Panos and Thanos on row number 5. GMAC and Demos, row 6 and row 7 will be Stormfly and Kevin. Anyone making any challenges anywhere on this racetrack? Everyone just seems to be a little bit spread out now. There's no one really giving it some. There's a little bit of a battle here. Fubar on the back of Panos. Is he able to... oh no, sorry, Fubar... Sturpan on the back of Fubar, sorry. My bad. Is Fubar able to keep away from him? Well, it looks like he is just keep maintaining that gap, but Sturpan looking for a way through. And it is going to be a close run thing to the end here. With lap 11, we are on the penultimate lap of this race here. We're at Watkins Glen in New York. New York. That's where we are. Upstate New York for Watkins Glen. And if you want to see any more races at Watkins Glen, then you can with course calendars coming up every weekend for the next 6 weekends, starting in this one. Yes, Sturpan trying to make the move. It's not happening. He's dropped. Canados a little bit. It's got a penalty. That puts him into, I was going to say, into the clutches of Avalon Shadow, but he spins his car. And you can't park like this, son. You know you can't. Reverses back out. Tries to get the car back up and running. Where's Bandit? Meow, there he goes. Bandit is through. Avalon Shadow does get back up and running, but not before Midas gets through as well. And that is a disaster. Bearing in mind, this is now the final lap. That has cost him a number of places. So, everyone from GMAC ends up finishing in 4th, despite leading on lap 1. Or from lap 2, sorry. So GMAC from Thanos, from Panos, from Fubar, Sturpan, Canados, Bandit, Midas, Shadow, Avalon Shadow, who spun and cost himself a couple of places there. Willard comes in 13th. British Troopers will come home in 14th. It's a 1 lap remaining. It's Kevin, Stormfly, and Demos on this final lead lap. 142.6, the fastest lap with a big mistake. It cost him loads and loads of points. Scooby-2 didn't cost points. Scooby-2. Oh, that really hurt my throat. That really hurt my throat. What did it say? Can't believe I just tried to do a Scooby-Doo impression. Anyway, I think the lag seems to have died down a little bit. That's one good thing, I suppose. There he is. There's Kevin 77. He's going to win this race. 13.2 seconds clear of the rest of the pack. There he goes through, waves to his adoring fans, and across the line he goes. Stormfly will come home eventually. Here he goes across the line in 2nd place. And in 3rd is Demos. So there's your final order. Kevin from Stormfly, from Demos, from GMAC, Thanos, Panos, Fubar, Stepan, Canados, Bandit, Minus, Avalon Shadow, who cost himself 2 places with that spin on the last lap, practically the last corner. In fact, he probably would have made another lap had he. Oh no, he wouldn't have done. Of course he wouldn't have done, 'cause no one else in front of him did. Willard in 13th and Good Troopers in 14th place. I do not have a clue what you've said there, but I totally agree. 100%. Excuse me. Shouldn't really drink Lucozade this time of night, but it's the only thing that's keeping me upright. So there we go, that's race number 1 done and dusted. Reverse grid for race number 2. Looking forward to that. So 5 minutes we said for race number 2, that's all good. Later Stepan, I assume you're coming back. Let's come over with that. So it'll be literally reverse grid from the last race. Nice and simple. What's coming up on Black Flag TV over the next few days? Well, tomorrow it's Friday, and there's only one thing we do on Friday. It's a little bit of Euro Trips F1. 9 PM start. There are still seats available in the Euro Trips Black Flag joint racing thingy. A few people from Black Flag have gone over there. Not necessarily core members, a couple of core members, but no, not necessarily core members racing out there. But there are some seats available if anybody is interested in a bit of F1. And it's not, if any of you watch my F1 videos, and nothing against the guys that race there, because they're all pretty decent guys, but it's not the highest standard. I agree with you there, Stormfly. It is not a good idea because you just get swallowed up. It's only a good idea starting on softs if you can build a massive lead. That's the only time it's going to work. If you can get out sort of 5, 6, 7, 8 seconds out in front, then maybe it's worth it. But no, it's just not worth it. If you're near the back of the pack, you're better off just plodding along on the medium tyres and then switching. But then if everybody else goes on the medium starts, then kind of strategy kind of negates itself, doesn't it? But there you go, here's what it is. Yes, for Eurotrips F1 tomorrow, if anyone's interested in that, there is still space available. A couple of permanent seats, but certainly some reserve seats available in that. And that's always a bit of fun. Then we've got Saturday. We've got nothing during the day Saturday. I'm going to put something up tomorrow for Saturday. A little fun event to... It's been a tense week, I think, so we need to find something just to break that tension, which I'm going to put up for tomorrow before we go into the Stay Power Endurance, which starts soon. Then everybody's attendance is required on late Saturday evening, early... Sorry, that's I've gone into Saturday before I even finished on Friday night. It's a Friday night, and I apologise for this, Jay. Late Friday night, early Saturday morning, 12 midnight. It is the first round of the Porsche Cup in Division 3, where our very own Jason Farley, old man Jay, is racing. Sturpan jumped out. I'm assuming he's coming back. So Jason Farley will be racing for Black Flag Racing Team in the Porsche Cup. That's at midnight on Friday, early Saturday morning, so please join us for that. Saturday daytime, we're going to plan something a bit of fun. And then Saturday night, we've got our own Armanis will be racing for Black Flag in the Porsche Cup. That will be at 12:30 in Division 2. I say Division B, but it's not, it's Division 2. He'll be racing in that. So do jump on and just give those guys some support. It will be at the Red Bull Ring, and it will be moist. Yeah, it is pretty laggy, mate. It is pretty darn laggy. Yeah, so that's where we're at for this weekend. Sunday, it's terrible. I think the problem is that it's coming through to me laggy, and then because it's laggy, the video card's struggling to process what it's seeing, and then, to be fair, I think I've got a small issue here as well, not a massive one, but a small issue here with my computer. I need a new computer, and unfortunately I can't do it at the moment. So that's the other problem. It's not too bad. It depends on what's going on else in the house as well. Usually I have the connection to myself at this time of night, but not too soon. But we'll talk about that later. Anyway, so Sunday night we're back with App F1, and if you or APP F1, that is a completely no assists, high end, very high end F1 racing league. You think the guys at Smoky Pirellis are quick, you want to watch some of these guys, and they do it completely with no assists. It's the thing to watch. Although to be fair, that race tonight with Smoky Pirellis was pretty freaking awesome. It was 1.1 seconds separated first and last on the grid. Not by the end of the race, obviously the gap was bigger by then, but no, pretty darn good. But yeah, APP F1 is Sunday night. Then, of course, Monday we're back with GR4 Lottery. Back to ordinary racing, not the craziness of this Monday that's just gone, which was the Special Stage X, which unfortunately I missed. I'm really looking forward to that, but unfortunately I missed it because my daughter locked off the top of her finger. And then I've been in a long week anyway. Tuesday, what's going on Tuesday? 2 races on Tuesday. We've got 2 F1s. We've got some Smoky Pirellis. The Tuesday tier on 7 o'clock or 7:15, followed by late night racing at 9 p.m. Also in the F1. Wednesday, back with the GR3. We have scrapped the idea of 2 lobbies, as good as the idea sounds, and to be fair, as we probably get enough people for 2 lobbies, it just doesn't work because there's too many. I say too many. There's a few people that aren't necessarily as reliable as the check-in would suggest. So what we're going to do, we're just going to make it a free-for-all. First 15 get in, the rest go into a reserve pot. If there's enough reserves, we can set up a lobby for those reserves, and they will obviously race separately. It is what it is, of course. Thursday, then we're back with some more of this shizzle. Christ on a bike it's difficult to fill in this gap. I thought it could be like 4 minutes. Who's not checked in? Who's missing? Everyone is already. Why has it got me as well? No, I'm there. So reverse grid. Be interesting to see how it gets on. And Willow says he's going to stay out of people's way. He absolutely do not have to, mate. You are in second place. They have to find their way around you. You're not being lapped, so you don't have to get out of their way. Let's have it. And I think, yes, I think Stormfly's absolutely bang on right. You've got to start on the medium compound tyre here, because starting on the softs is just going to kill you. Tyres, yes. Fuel, yes. Shall I just tick in and race the Supra and see if I can beat anyone? I probably won't. I've been doing some dailies this week, that's why I don't know if anyone's noticed, but I've got up from D to C, because actually I've been doing alright. I've been doing a bit around Road Atlanta in the Alpha 155. Not saying the world of fire, I don't think I've finished higher than 6th, but you need to finish in the top half, don't you, to improve your DR. That's because I've been trying to put some footage together for my new feature, which is going to start in February, which is a Dickhead Daily Drivers of the Week, where I make a short 5-minute video just highlighting some of the absolute melts that adorn the daily driving lobbies on GT7. For no other reason than that, just because I can, and because I think some of these people are absolute tosspots and need shaming. I was inspired to do that by getting wiped out from being 3rd in a race last week, or the week before actually, I think it was. Yeah, it was the week before last, and I was in 3rd, and comfortably doing well as well, and then I got absolutely wiped out by a complete arse bandit. So I decided I'm going to name and shame these people as much as I possibly can. So, Racing Progress Spectator, I'm going to jump back again. It's a rolling start, of course, for the reverse grid. That should prevent any crashing into turn 1. I wouldn't bet on it though. So here we go, we are underway. We'll exit and we'll spectate again, and then we can go. I'll get some fucking rubber shit. That's got to be the easiest thing in the world to sort out from coding perspective, right? Right, so Grid Troopers does lead us out. Willard is in second. Does this with these guys starting out in front, what impact does this have on the faster drivers? In terms of starting tyres, medium softs for Willard. Interesting choice starting on the softs. Maybe he feels that it might help him keep him ahead of everybody else in terms of race pace early on. Good little run there through the chicane. Braking on the way out, really unnecessary there, but and he's making the move on Grizz Troopers round the outside. That's a good move, just didn't quite make it stick. Grizz Troopers holding that really well. Avalon trying to find a way through the two, and because Grizz and Willard side by side, Willard makes the move ahead of Grizz Troopers. Now Avalon trying to find his way around Grizz Troopers himself. Cam Willard pulled out a bit of a gap on Grizz Troopers at this stage, and just make it difficult for Avalon trying that little move up the inside, but doesn't quite get the traction he wants, and Grizz Troopers is not giving this up. Loving Anthony racing it up with Patrick, although Patrick gets the brakes much later there, and Grizz has to concede. There is the next target. Midas trying to find a way through. Where are the quickie ones? Well, there's one of them. Stormfly, he's bloody last. What's going on there? Demos is 13th. Kevin, not anymore. Kevin's 13th. Now he's 12th. He's going to be 13th again. No, he's 12th. Demos just ahead. Is Stormfly going to make a move on Demos? It looks like he might be trying to. Doesn't. But they're all going to be running on the medium tyres here, and pretty much everyone I think is going to be on the medium tyres. Bar. Right in front of him. Indeed, he is running on the soft compound tyres. But this is where he needs to pull out a big lead. Get his foot on the floor and just open out as much as he can from those guys behind. So Avalon into second, Canados up into third, Midas has got his way up to fourth, Bandit up into fifth, Fubar in sixth, Sturpan in seventh, Panos in eighth. Where is Grizz Troopers? G-Mac in ninth, Thanos in 10th, Kevin in... where's Kevin? Kevin disappeared. So G-Mac in 9th now, up past Thanos. Who was that? It just went disappearing off into the distance. That was Stormfly. Stormfly into the wall. You can't park that there, man. Fuck's sake. So, yeah, not looking good there. But Grizz Troopers, who had clearly had a problem, is now overtaking Stormfly. And the shame washes over Stormfly like a dark cloud of fuckery as he's plumb last for afterwards cars on the wall. So Grizz off, Stormfly off. Awful driving from the pair of them. You should be punched in the cock. I'm joking. So there's the battle. The battle really is kind of raging between Demos, Thanos, Sturpan, Kevin's up into 9th place, G-Mac ahead in 8th, Panos in 7th, Bandit in 6th, all really close to each other. 1.3 seconds up to Fubar. Fubar with a good opportunity for a top 3 here. If he essentially needs Kevin to stay, Kevin and G-Mac and Demos just to stay a little bit further back for a little bit longer. He runs as long as possible. Then he's got Midas Canados ahead of him. He's got Avalon in second. Avalon's in a good position for as well, if he can get the pace going. Willard at the moment 1.4 seconds, although he will pit earlier being on those soft compound tyres. But if he comes up big enough gap, it might not be too bad a deal for him. It could finish higher up the order. Some good juicy points then, of course, for the Scoobies in that WRX. Down the order, won't go again. Stormfly still in last, does make the move finally on Grizz Troopers, but Grizz ain't going to let go. Grizz will have some of this. Chuck one up the inside, and he go on. Didn't do that, he's sticking behind him. There we go, just up ahead. It's, I said just 8 seconds up ahead. Sturpan, and he's what you do with the water's boiling. Just stop it from boiling. 3/10 behind his compatriot and teammate Thanos. Almost into the back of him, so clearly got a bit more pace and needs to find a way through. Rocking Den can be a difficult place to overtake. It's not the widest of tracks, and although this is a track where you can overtake around the outside, because and I think that's the case with quite a few American tracks, is they tend to kind of be in that ilk where it's quite easy to overtake around the outside because you can hold a bit of speed if you've got the grip. Up ahead there, that is Demos. He has got a half-second penalty. That's going to cost him some time. That is certainly going to put Thanos, and possibly even Sturpan as well, in a great position to overtake him into 10th place. Kevin's still not improved on that 9th. He's tucked in behind G-Mac, who's tucked in behind Panos. He's all the way through for G-Mac. He's so close to the back of Panos at the moment on those medium compound tyres. Gets a great exit over the WRX. Can he make the move? He's up the inside here. Panos is going to have to concede the inside corner there, but does he hold on? No, he does not. So Panos just almost pit manoeuvres G-Mac into the wall. There would have been shenanigans had that happened, but he does that say proud of Boner? And he does absolutely melts him in the back into that chicane, and I've got to say, penalty ensues. Is he going to let, he's not going to be able to let him through. It's G-Mac punted down to 12th place. That is an absolute butt fuck. Yeah, that was awful, really. And no attempt to slow down and try and get the place back in. It is what it is. Sometimes you crash when you're racing and it happens. But we've now got things in place to deal with such problems. Willard's still in the lead, actually. They're holding out quite well. Avalon, though, in a really, really good position. He's on the medium compound tyres. He's only just under a second behind and holding on quite well in that Martini-delivered diesel WRX. Of course, he is. Martini-delivered Scooby. And Scooby's running quite well in this second race. But that's got 7 tenths. If Avalon can make this overtake before the G-Star gets into the pits, it's going to be a very, very difficult day for everyone else as they come in later. Yeah, there's been... All I'm going to sound about, James, is that I think over the last... Since Christmas, I think the driving standards have dipped. And all I'm going to sound about is people in glass houses should not be throwing stones. But we'll leave it at that. No, that wasn't named anyone in particular, but I think those that are moaning the loudest about driving standards probably ones that need to look at their own driving standards as well. But then we've also got a problem with lag today, so we don't know how much of an effect lag had on that, because this is really, really laggy today. And so that may have had an effect on that. It may well be that from his perspective he didn't even see G-Mac there because of his lag. Not G-Mac, I mean, we don't know for certain, and it's not fair to cast judgment without knowing. But let's face it, if I made that move, I'd blame lag even nothing. Anyway, so Willard in the lead, 8 tenths. He is holding off Avalon, but being that Avalon's on the mediums and Willard's on the softs, at some stage that will be a position change. It's how far ahead though, and look how far Avalon's ahead now. Fubar up into 3rd place. He is running well there, he's ahead of Bandit. Kevin's up into 5th. He has, I was going to say he has Bandit in his way, but no longer does he have Bandit in his way. He does clip the ball there though. Does that let Bandit come back at him? Bandit's going to have the momentum, difficult turn to make an overtake though, so that he's not going to be able to capitalise on that momentum, even though Kevin clipped the wall. So it just goes to show that Kevin's not always perfect. Can make mistakes. Demos in 6th place. He's trying to work his way through, just 1.2 behind Bandit. I think Bandit's holding out quite well in there. In fact, I mean, you look at people who finished near the back in race number 1, they're holding out well from the people behind, and that's because the cars are from the side, of course. There is Thanos in the Sonic the Hedgehog livery. He's not actually Sonic the Hedgehog, so but that's what I'm going to claim it. But he's got Panos all over him, and here is Panos trying to take Thanos for everything he's got, particularly 7th place. And just backing off going into the chicane. We know what happens when you don't. Well, G-Mac certainly does, because G-Mac is now back. He's going to have to work his way back up to 9th place after getting absolutely pointed. And remember, if you just because it's live and it's been broadcast, if it's not submitted in the correct manner, it won't be looked at. So if it's talked about or bitched about over comms or in general chats on Discord, it's not getting looked at. And if it's not submitted, it won't be looked at, despite the fact that it should be. I think we're just going to have to do a little bit. I'm going to have to go a little bit adjusting over track penalties and stuff. I think. Who knows? Right, so G-Mac running in 9th place right now. Look at the state of that ahead. Look at that lag. It's awful. Wibbly wobbly lag. That's what's going on there. G-Mac back up into 9th. He's got some work to do. He's going to have to come to the pits very soon. We're at the halfway mark, and he's really burnt through that fuel early doors. That's going to be a bit of a problem for him later on, because he's going to have to put a lot more on when he comes in now, and he's going to have to try and hope that those soft tyres hold out for him, because he's burnt a lot of fuel back there getting to this midway point. And so in goes Fumar, Willard, G-Mac, Stormfly. They're all into the pits. Clearly those on the medium tyres feel the tyres can take them to the end. That frees up Avalon Shadow into the lead. He'll do a couple more laps before he comes in. We know what he's like with fuel and tyres. He doesn't like to waste them. He's like the opposite to G-Mac. Kevin's used literally no fuel. Literally none. It's almost as though he got out of the car and pushed the fucking thing along, because he's got loads, and I'm just going to show you what he's got, because it is ridiculous how he's managed to get this far with that. There's Avalon, alright? He's in the red. There's Kevin. He can literally do the end of this race pretty much on that fuel. Then we look at, to be fair, D-Boss isn't doing too badly back there with his fuel. Thanos doing okay. They're all looking after their fuel really well. Bandit Patrick's really, that's unusual for Patrick there. I'm looking now, I'm thinking, hang on, Patrick's usually the one that really looks after his fuel. But he hasn't really stayed. He's pushed it and pushed it and pushed it and pushed it. So who knows? Who knows? And I do apologise for the quality. The lag in this lobby is freaking shocking. And there is Avalon into the pits. That will free Kevin. Guess where? Guess where Kevin's going to be? Of course, he's going to lead this race. So he's pulling into the pits. So through goes Demos. Through goes Thanos into the pits. Panos, what's he going to do? He's going into the pits. So they're all following the same plan. Sturpan's in. Bandit. Oh, coming together there with Midas. What happened there? Oh, that's interesting. Canados into the pits. Fumar, he's already been in. He's in the lead of this race. And off goes Fumar. He's ahead of Willard. It is Fumar in the lead. Goes through. How far through does he go? Because we've got, there's Avalon coming out now. Avalon in the lead. Where's Kevin? There's Kevin in second. There's Fumar in third. Willard, does he get ahead? He does. He's ahead of Demos. So it is Avalon from Kevin, from Fumar, from Willard G-Star, Demos from Thanos, from Panos from Sturpan, Stormfly 9th place. And I'm not laughing because it's funny, I'm laughing because it's just laughable to see Stormfly back there. G-Mac is 1 in 10th, but that's a lot to do with the fact that he got absolutely melted in the chicane. And again, the lag is just fucking woeful. It's almost so bad that I'm contemplating actually just not streaming anymore in this fucking race. So there's a few things I want to look at over the weekend. I've got to look at why the quality of the rubber seems to have gone down over the last 7 days. And it has in terms of lag. From last week to this week, the quality of the lag has got worse. We've got to look at some driving standards because they have been dropping. We've got to look at the way. I mean, Discord, as you know, Discord's been cleaned up at the moment, so it's kind of in a mess on its way to being not a mess. It has been cleaned up. Thank you very much, Darryl, for getting on to that for us. But we've also got to look at how Discord's being used. Is that people just post anything anywhere? So we are going to start limiting where people can post, just to make sure things are in the right places. Like for instance, you know, you've got a chat group that says to do the chat, and then you want to post in the bit that says info. Stewards inquiries as well, they shouldn't be public. And I don't know why anyone would put a steward inquiry public. If you want something to look at, you should get asked to look at by the stewards make a decision. There we go. Right, so G-Mac running in 10th place. A bit whiny today, aren't I? I'm whiny because I'm sick, that's what it is. Kevin leads this race. Avalon Shadow behind him. He's not going to let him pull away. Absolutely not. Can Patrick bring this fight to Kevin, and it is Lancer versus Scooby here, and really we'll see in terms of pace who is quickest. But Avalon not too shabby around here. Didn't have a great race number 1, but race number 2, he's bringing it. Avalon Shadow is bringing the race. Excuse me. Fubar up in the top 3, and I've said it before and I'll say it again. He absolutely deserves a podium. He hasn't been able to get one as yet. He's been kind of knocking on that door of a podium all the way throughout the last, especially the last month or so. So at the moment in the top 3, can he hold on? Demos is 3 seconds back. Will have dropped him out. He was in the lead right up until the pit window, and did a good job staying in there. Back in 5th place now, 1.6 behind Demos. Can he hang on in there? Thanos chasing him down, 1.8 seconds. The problem is, he's the only one on medium tyres. Everybody else is on the softs. He's going to find himself under significant pressure, which will increase. Yeah, I'm going to have a look back at them too soon. The thing is, it's the aggression between the two of them I'm quite looking forward to as well. The pair of them just fucking lose it, start bumper carring each other. Panos in 7th place, closing down on Thanos. Is there a move on here? He's certainly close enough to do so. Does he get a good exit? Yeah, I'm really rooting for Phil to get top 3 here. Absolutely rooting for him. He absolutely deserves it. He's been working so hard and been there or thereabouts. You know, it's about bloody time. He got top 3. G-Mac in 9th, Midas in 10th. Canados is in 11th. Cruise Troopers in 12th place. He's ahead, 4 seconds ahead of Sturpan. We've lost one. Who have we lost? So we can work out who it is that we've lost. I think it's one of the Greek ones. Sturpan's in the pits now. Why is he in the pits? Didn't need to pit then. That's a bit odd. Have we lost Stormfly? Oh, no, we haven't. Stormfly's there in 8th. G-Mac in 9th. It's one of the HKR T-Boys that we've lost. Thanos is there, Panos is there, Midas, no, he's there, Canados. Who are we missing? Answer the postcard, please, because I can't work it out. G-Max in there, isn't he? Should pay more attention, really, than I would know who was missing. So Kevin, 3.2 seconds now. The battle didn't last very long. He's just kind of up that pace. 1:43.4 was his fastest lap, which he did on that last lap. So he came out from the pits, did a slow lap, and then went, and off he went. Fubar still holding on in 3rd. He's not too far off the back of Avalon. I'll tell you what, we're talking about Fubar getting his first top 3. He could be getting a top 2 here. I'm a little bit concerned about the tyres. I think they're all right though. I mean, Patrick's in a really good position tyres-wise, so is Kevin. I think Fubar will be okay here. Can Fubar not only get his first podium, but get a 2nd place? He's only 1.7 seconds off the back of Patrick right now. And Patrick should be afraid, be very afraid, because here comes Fubar. Come on, Phil, have it, my friend, have it. Do you know what? The thing is, Patrick's just started to open up a little now. 2.2 seconds. Commentator's curse. Commentator's curse. And he spins into the chicane. No, he doesn't. Didn't look like he got me squirting there, though. Okay, that's not fair. And if he actually spun there, he'd never fucking talk to me again. That would be awful. But I kind of want Phil to catch him. But Phil's good. And look, he's looking good for a top 3. Let's not jinx him. Let's stay away from Phil and not jinx him. There is Demos, struggling to catch down Fubar in a minute, in 4th position, and 3.2 seconds. There is literally, we're on the last lap for the most part. Penalty for Kevin, but he is 5.4 seconds clear. Where is Willard? He's down in 9th now. We knew he'd get swallowed up. He's on the medium compound tire. Everyone else on the softs. Stormfly up to 6th. G-Mac up to 7th. Panos up to 5th place. Thanos dropping down a bit, down to 9th. Martin's in 10th. Canados in 11th. Grizz in 12th. 13th Sturpan, who's remained in the pits. That's a soft rage quit. There could be any number of reasons for it. But, I will cast my aspersions later. Final lap there. So Avalon does come home in 2nd. The only person who doesn't... Oh, Bandit. Yeah, good shout. So we've lost Bandit. So it's Avalon, Fubar, Demos, well done, Fuma. Fuma finally gets his podium. Panos in 5th. Stormfly in 6th. Oh, 6th, 7th. Kind of flitted then, didn't it? GMAC comes home in 7th. Thanos home in 8th place. Willard home in 9th. Good performance from him. Midas home in 10th. Canados in 11th. Grizz Troopers in 12th place. A couple of places gained for him. Sturpan in 13th. And it's DNF for... what's his name? For Sturpan and... Oh, no. Well, he's coming out of the pits now, so... Yeah, surely he can't do this lap. 3-second penalty for him as well, so he's going to finish before he finishes. He's not going to get a DNF, but he bloody should do for that, in my opinion. Because he didn't finish that race in any way, shape or form until the very end, of course. But there we go. So look at that. Look, meow meow. He was absolutely 6-second penalty. So you've got 3 seconds going in and 3 seconds coming out, and he's absolutely charging. Kevin, well, is he going to catch Kevin? Where's Kevin? There's Kevin. There's Sturpan. He's not going to catch him. Sturpan absolutely looks mental with going that quick when everyone else is like going slowly. So Kevin will win this race, of course, and Sturpan got in 13. We lost Bandit, who's a DNF, unfortunately. I know I normally update the scores on the down on the next day because I am for the cold. I really to open that all up and log in tonight. I will do it tomorrow morning. I will actually by the time he served that penalty, the time would have run out. He is coming home eventually. Yeah, no, good racing all round, I think. I think Avalon did well, finishing top 3. Fubar, congratulations, my friend. I've been banging on about you deserving a top 3. It's about bloody time, in all honesty. You kept us waiting for that. Well done. There we go, all done and dusted. Yeah, scores will be updated tomorrow. I'm not doing it tonight. There we go. So, round 2 of Rivals is over. We're going to round 3 next week. Same again. We'll update all the scores. We'll see where everyone's at, and then we'll go through it all. We lost Bandit. I don't know what happened to Bandit then. I'm sure he'll let us know. But all I can say is thank you very much for joining me with my nasally tones today, and hopefully I can pass on my germs to you. Obviously, I think. Imagine that. Imagine if I could give you my germs from YouTube. I would literally be spitting on my microphone. I'm joking, I wouldn't do that. That'd be ridiculous. Look, I'm in Empire. This has been the Black Flag e-Racing Rivals Round 2 at Watkins Glen. This is Black Flag Racing TV. Back tomorrow for some F1 action. Latest.